Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Academy. This is the first video within the series about Introduction to Chemistry. If you are taking college courses, this is your Chemistry 1A, the first part to General of Chemistry. This series is based on the textbook Chemistry, the Central Science, and I have the textbook information written in the description box. Chemistry has always been a challenging subject, especially with students who have no science background, and I hope this series will be helpful with your studies. Chapter 1 is about Introduction to Matter and Energy and Measurement, and today's focus is the study of chemistry. There are two key points in this video. We want to understand the atomic and the molecular perspective of chemistry and the reasons why we study chemistry. Let's get started with our first key topic, the atomic and molecular perspective of chemistry. What is chemistry? Chemistry is the study of properties and behavior of matter. Let's go through some keywords. What is matter? Matter is the physical material of the universe. It is anything that has mass and occupies space. Keep in your mind, matter is physical material. Anything you look around you, anything that has mass and volume, we call it matter. So matter is made of molecules. Molecule is two or more atoms are joined in specific shapes. Molecules are made of element. Element is composed of unique kind of atom. Elements is made of atoms. Atom is the smallest building blocks of matter. It's confusing, so I will give you a sequence. So matter is made of molecules. Molecules are made of elements, and elements are made of the smallest building block of matter is called atoms. And almost everything around you is made of the combinations of 100 elements. Chemistry is the study of properties and behavior of matter. So what are property and behavior? Let's talk about behavior. Behavior of a matter is how a matter reacts to its outside world, and property is any characteristic that allows us to recognize a particular type of matter and to distinguish it from other types. Let's relate that to personality. Every one of us has their own personality, which is very unique. That's how we can distinguish one person with other people. Matter is the same. Each matter has their own set of characteristics that is very unique, and that's how we can distinguish it from other types of matter. How can we define properties of matter? We define properties of matter based on composition and structure. What kind of atoms and the arrangements of atoms. Keep in your mind that even minor differences in composition or structure of molecules can cause profound differences in properties. Let's have a look at an example. We have here two substances, ethanol and ethylene glycol. They are very similar in structure and composition. So both have two carbons, 6 hydrogens. One difference is that ethanol contains 1 oxygen atom and ethylene glycol contains 2 oxygen atoms. So this difference makes a huge difference in properties of these both ethanol and ethylene glycol. While ethanol is alcohol in beverage such as beer and wine, and people consume ethanol all over the world. In contrast, ethylene glycol is a viscous liquid used in automobile antifreeze, and we never consume ethylene glycol because it is highly toxic. Next, let's get familiar with macroscopic and microscopic level. In order to understand the macroscopic level of this world, we must visualize how atoms and molecules behave at the microscopic level. Macro is large, micro is small. That's how chemistry is the science that study the properties and behavior of atom and molecules. Next, let's get into the second key topic of today's video. It's why we study chemistry. The first reason is chemistry is the central to a fundamental understanding in many science-related fields. Your major might be chemistry, biology, engineering, pharmacy, agriculture, geology, and some other field. And chemistry, it is an essential part of your curriculum. There's so many applies, so many practices of chemistry in our real life. Let's have a look at some examples. Probably you have heard of bioluminescence, the reaction inside a bug that make the bug close in the dark. Or solar panels are composed of specially treated silicon. Medicine, chemists has been create new and improve our drugs for treating diseases, and also in um, uh, the OLED lights displayed in our TV and high-end phone. There's so many practices. The second reason why we study chemistry is that chemistry significantly relates to many public concerns. For example, improvement of healthcare, conservation of natural resources, protection of the environment, supply of energy, discover and improved pharmaceuticals, fertilizers, pesticides, plastics, solar panels, LEDs, building materials, discover harmful materials and chemicals. And as a citizen and consumer, it is in your best interest to understand the effects, both negative and positive, that chemicals can have, in order to arrive at balanced outlook regarding their uses. Our last topic of today's video is chemistry put to work, chemistry industry. Nowadays, chemistry industry is huge, and the chemical industry in the US is estimated to be 800 billion, employs over 800,000 people, and accounts for 14% US exports. Who are chemists? People who have degrees in chemistry are called chemists, and they hold a variety of positions in the industry, government, and academia. These are some examples of the jobs that chemists do. For example, research, development, quality control, sales, service, and chemists play an important role in the National Institutes of Health Department of Energy and Environment Protection Agency. Chemists can do teaching, they can create and develop medicines, and perform biomedical research. There are three fundamental things chemists do. The first thing is to make new types of matter, materials, substances, or combinations of substances with designed properties. So the key word here is design properties. For example, according to the demand of society, chemists will make different types of matter. For example, we want a material that can resist tarnish. We want a material can stand high heat, high temperature, or a material can stay in the toxic or harmful environment. So those are the desires of our society, and as a chemist, they will make new types of matter according to the desire of the society. The second thing is measure the properties of matter. So chemistry is a study of matter, properties, and behaviors. So for our best use of a material, we want to understand deeply about how a matter behavior and its properties. And lastly, develop models that explain and predict the properties of matter. Lastly, let's discuss a little bit about the challenges chemists undertake. One of the challenges chemists undertake is to alter the composition and structure of molecules in a controlled way, creating new substances with different properties. So, as we said earlier, properties of a matter are defined by its composition and structure. So, any changes, even the small changes, can alter small changes in composition and structure can alter the properties of a matter. And one thing to keep in mind is it has to be in a controlled way. New substances, new matters have to be safe with the chemists and the people around that environment, and also the users. For example, aspirin was successfully created in 1897 to improve, in an attempt to improve on natural product extracted from willow bark used to pain reliever. And this is the model of aspirin, C9HA04. Next, we have a little self-assessment exercise. Which of the following groups of substances involve the use of chemicals? Choose all that apply. A. Paints, printer toner, food coloring. B. Computer displays, LED lights, barcode readers. C. Antiseptic cream, painkillers, energy drinks. D. A lightweight bicycle frame, food packaging, a car exhaust, catalytic converter. E. Soap, shampoo, washing powder. And of course, the answer is all of that. So we see that chemistry is very practical, very useful in our society. And then if you look around you, you can find all of the uses of chemistry in our daily life. Okay. Lastly, before I close this video, I'll give you a little summary guideline and what will you take away from today's lesson. After this lesson ends, I hope that you can know what is chemistry, what are the definitions of matter, property, atom, element, macroscopic and microscopic level. Why do we study chemistry? Give some examples. Who are chemists? What are some positions chemists hold in our society? And lastly, what are fundamental things to do as a chemist? That is the end for today's video. I hope it is helpful with your study. Our next video in this series of chemistry is about classifications of matter. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!